Hi,
Good morning.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
Wait, hold on. We have to start gently. What if we're waking people up?
You're right.
Hey,
Hi, baby.
Hi, sweeties. Welcome back to episode 11. I'm Beth Stelling.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
I'm Mo Welch. I'm from Normal, Illinois.
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here reporting live
We're live.
from the garage.
We're in the garage.
The mold-free garage.
Yes, there's no mold here. It has been checked.
Don't even worry about it. And I wasn't either.
Yeah. Beth was never worried about it.
Today's episode, we have a lot of exciting things for you
Mm-hmm.
because we've actually received word from Magic Spoon, my nemesis. And we haven't opened the message yet, but we will be doing so on air, which I'm
Yes.
scared about.
I'm very excited about this. I was hoping you didn't open the message. If you don't know, last episode, we kind of took down Magic Spoon and dunked on their asses. And then I realized yesterday, I got back from wherever I was, a basketball game, and went upstairs. I was like, I'm just going to have cereal for dinner. Guess what was in there? Magic Spoon.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're
my
sleeping
wife,
with the
my
enemy.
own wife. Yes. It's true.
Wow.
I know.
She likes it because it has protein?
I guess so.
Did she have any comment?
I know that she kind of likes it, and I don't want us to fight about it.
I get it.
Yeah, so I haven't brought it up. I mean, I'll wait until she was mad at me two days ago. Yeah.
I saw.
She was mad at me because we were going on a hike. Her idea, 100 degrees at like
Too
11
hot.
a.m.
You guys shouldn't have done that.
And I said that, and we were like, you know what? If it actually is too hot, let's just like go down halfway.
This is
And then we ended up going all the way up.
This is like putt-putt all over again.
Yeah, it is. And she was mad at me because she was going to go fill up her water bottle before we started.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, you can start. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start because I'm slower than you.
Yeah.
And then I started and I was basically halfway up the mountain. I'm like, where the hell is she? And so I guess she didn't hear that and was looking all over for me down.
Oh, wow.
She
I would have been upset
genuinely
as well.
thought I like fell off the path or something. So that's why I videotaped her, because I find if you videotape your SO, significant other, while they're mad, I mean, it can go one of two ways. They could be like, get that fucking phone out of my face. Or luckily with Sam, she likes to perform.
She did
that.
kind of go like this, though.
She did a little.
I gotta move
And then she
this.
realized she was being videotaped and she thought she could post this maybe. So I'm not going to be so mad.
Right. She doesn't want people to know
Yeah,
that
she's-
sometimes she gets a little irritated.
exactly. At me.
Because nobody wants to be known for getting a little irritated every now and then.
Yeah. But she was like, what if we just videotaped each other every time I think we're mad at each other?
It might solve
It does squash things a lot faster.
squash the beef by being extremely online.
Yeah.
And that is from a medical professional.
Yeah.
You know,
Can't be good.
my doctor actually recently said if you're feeling down, that you should wake up and go right to your phone in the morning and open any social media app. It's just to sort of help with mental health.
Yeah. I didn't even know that doctors were saying that because I've been
are.
doing that.
They are.
Wow.
Yes, so you're
So
actually
how
already on
long
the
does
right
it take
path.
to get that to work?
They say there's a couple years where you have to push through a deep depression.
Okay.
But if you are extremely online and you continue posting intimate moments of your wife and every
Mhm.
moment of your life, even
Every moment of my life.
you might actually gain followers.
Wow.
And that's going to give you the sort of
And then that'll make me
boost
feel
that you
good.
need to feel good. Yes,
Oh,
exactly. That
okay.
it's sort of,
It's not.
what would they call it? Serotonin or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, serotonin, I haven't seen her.
Oh God.
Guys.
5 minutes in.
I need, if you could give a yellow card in comedy, that's would have me sitting out for about 2 minutes.
We should absolutely be able to give yellow cards and red cards. And what other
yes.
kind of cards are there in soccer? Do you get cards in in field hockey?
Yeah.
They're
Green card,
red
yellow
and
card,
yellow.
red card.
What's a green card?
I'd love to tell you.
I don't know.
I've
a lot of
got-
people try to get their green
I've
cards.
gotten some I've gotten carded before. I did get carded in the Pan Am Games, actually.
Mm. What'd you do?
No, I think it was sort of, it was like a tackle that was probably too aggressive or something.
Not because you
Someone fell
roasted her.
over.
You're like, that roast was too good.
Yeah, that was.
You're
that
like, well,
roast
I'm a
was too
writer.
toasty. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen my resume, but
Yeah, I'm a writer.
yeah, I had to sit out for 2 minutes. It was very confusing. My team's yelling at me to get off
Mm.
because the clock doesn't start until I come off. And I was
Wow.
like, I don't know. sometimes people ask me stuff about field hockey. I'm like, I played in high school.
Yeah.
I'm over here barely and wondering what happened a minute ago after the play.
Right.
I'm like,
So wait, what color card
forget.
did you get?
Couldn't remember. I just know I had to sit out for
Something
about
card.
2 minutes. I think green or something.
Yeah.
I got to look this stuff up.
I
meant to study the game before I went to the Pan Am Games.
I got I was doing a show and one of the other comedians backstage this last week, one of the other comedians backstage opened up a Coke can in the middle of my joke, and it was a new joke, so I was excited to tell it. And it was a new joke right in the middle, and Dynasty has a god mic on the like side stage, and I swear it was mic'd because the Coke can was so loud and everyone in the audience heard it too, and I had to address it, and it completely ruined that joke. It's not because the joke's not ready, okay? It's because of the Coke can.
What's worse, a new joke not
that was a
going
yellow
well
card.
or an old joke dying? I think it's the old joke starting to die.
It's true. Well, oh
the
my
new
God.
one you can
New one
give
is so
legs.
hard though. As long.
Okay, so you addressed it. You said, oh gosh, you heard that. And then what?
Yeah. And then the joke kind of died. I kind of lost track because,
Okay.
you know, when you're just like, okay, I'll do this, you know, in my head, I'm like kind of going over it in the car, but it's too new to like just pick up wherever I left
And did
off.
you say it's old or long?
Did I say
it's
what?
long? The new joke is it long?
No, it's not long. I was actually just talking about, it was like a topical joke, but I wanted to have a new joke because it was a taping, and I was like, I wanted to have a few.
It was a
new
taping?
jokes. Yeah,
What?
it was a taping at Dynasty for, I don't know, some production company.
Oh my God.
That were gonna like put the clips out.
What?
I know, and so I had to say, don't use that part of the set because
Did you
of the
do a
Coke
little
can.
dance so they couldn't use it?
Yeah, I was like, ah, yeah. Can't use this. It's too hot for the internet.
Oh my gosh. Tapings are scary no matter what.
Yeah. But
I tried a new joke last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the subject?
A part-time job that's twice a year.
Uh-huh.
It's me. Oh, it's twice a year for like 5-minute shifts. And it's when my dentist hands me the postcard that I have to fill out myself to send to myself.
Oh. That's like old school.
And I started
Is your dentist in Dayton?
used to be, and then I found one out here.
Mm-hmm.
You look at my mouth. Is your dentist in Dayton? You don't get there that often?
I swear I heard you say that you still go to your dentist.
No,
in
you're
Dayton.
right. I did for a long time, and sometimes I occasionally do just
Uh-huh.
to pop in, and sort of like
Yeah.
I just bite at them a little.
They're like, Beth, your teeth are still all
Are
in
you
your
guys
mouth.
missing these?
You remember these? They're like, absolutely, we actually do.
Yeah, we've fixed every single one of them.
Your x-rays are on the wall like they do at like dry cleaners when famous people come in, their headshots.
There's so much dark matter in mine.
Oh my God. Did you have, you've had fillings, right?
Every single tooth.
Oh my God, me too. But I had the fillings when they were like really dark, and
Mine are still old. Mine look like, yeah.
yeah, but I started to get
Double
them
stuffed.
I started to get them replaced with white, and so but it's like one side. Because I was seeing a video that I posted, and it was from like 8 years ago, and I opened my mouth, it's like all black dots, and then I was like, oh wow, like it, so
Yeah,
now it's
I
only
remember
half.
when they introduced sealants or something.
Mhm.
Sealant.
Whose idea was that though? I mean, like, whose idea was it to make
them dark?
the fillings
I don't think
dark?
it was. I think it was just like, this is hard enough in
Yeah.
density.
I don't think people were that
Oh,
into
wait,
their.
what's the hardness? What's that term for rock hardness?
Mm.
Wait, I gotta think of it. Can you
When
think
a
of
rock
it?
is hard?
Yeah. The term for rock hardness.
You're so
a
funny because you
term.
have to get it right, whereas I'll just say like, I don't know, maybe somebody will comment.
It's Mohs hardness scale to identify materials, and I guess it's sort of like, okay, I guess it's just a scale. I guess I was thinking of viscosity. What's the opposite of that? Not the opposite. I get really hung up on a lot of stuff. Let's be real.
I really just go, I guess I'll never know. I'm like,
But it's
I probably
Mohs,
will never have.
Sorry, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
spelled your name. It's not Maureen's scale
Yeah.
of hardness when it comes to geology.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were hoping for that, but
Yeah.
Okay, also I wanted to tell you about that dentist bit. I say I got my start there with an internship when I was just holding the suction.
Oh, that's great.
It's not
At this
good.
point, wait, no. At this point, do you think that you could give yourself a filling?
No. No, but Adam is the type of person who would try on himself. He'll like yank out his own tooth or put something
this
up
isn't
in
Castaway.
there. No, he's living castaway on land.
I think if they gave me all the materials, I could do it on you.
I love you, but I would be so scared.
You shouldn't trust me. Yeah. But I do love that straw thing.
What straw thing?
The
suction. I know.
Thing. Oh my God.
And then when you figure out they're like, close your mouth around it. It's like, wah.
It's like the greatest feeling in the world is when you get to close your lips around it. And all of it just goes through. Because I'm really polite in the dental office where I just like, I will have a puddle of saliva and like wait for them to, I'm like, and they're like, oh, like I obviously choke on my own saliva before I ask for the suction.
Well, because you don't want to swallow with all the gunk in there.
Yeah, you don't.
Speaking of the dentist, I did bring a Gateau de Savoie.
Ooh.
Savoie? I don't know. This is
for the Paris Olympics?
Yeah. We should be in Paris, but we ain't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's called Gateau de Savoie. Savoie?
Okay.
Savoie? Because if Savoie would be with an R at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It basically means gâteau is cake en français.
What is?
Gâteau.
Okay.
Gateau.
Okay.
And then de usually means of.
Yeah.
And Savoie. Either way, the point is it's sponge cake.
Okay.
With stone fruit on the inside. And
Let's
it's
see
from
what it looks
Proof
like.
Bakery in Atwater Village.
I'm going to take a photo of it to show people. Whoa, that's beautiful.
It is gorgeous and fluffy.
It's got like powdered sugar on it. And then it looks like peaches in the middle with vanilla bean
which is a
custard
stone fruit
or something.
Yep. Looks like some peaches and some sort of, if we were better at this, we would know what that is.
No, we're getting good. We're just better. Amateurs.
Yeah. And I think that's relatable.
That's beautiful. And Beth told me to bring a fork from my house. So I brought the biggest fork. It's a serving fork.
Gosh, never share a dessert with Mom.
I know. I will go. Also,
you get the best part. That's the
really?
G-spot.
I get this one?
Yeah, the tip of the cake.
This isn't the G-spot.
That's the only tip you're going to be seeing in a long time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Did you get some fruit though? Because that's the important part too. The perfect bite. And basically
that's delicious. Proof Bakery. That is very good. Wow. Honestly, I love the peach is perfect. That is so good.
And it's like Cool Whip, but
yeah,
with vanilla bean.
You know when Cool Whip is fancy? That's what it is.
Fancy Cool Whip.
Yeah.
My mom always had Cool Whip in the fridge.
Oh my God. I love Cool Whip.
Same. It's so good. She would put it on top of a pudding cup. A Jell-O pudding cup.
The True Whip.
Or
do you ever do
she
True
put it on
Whip?
Top of Jell-O. It's
Cool Whip, but it's like True. I don't know. It has less things in it, but it's delicious. Like sometimes when I'm being really good and I don't do like ice cream or gelato, I'll do True Whip with strawberries. Delish.
Wow. I'm just.
That is so good. Honestly, the peaches, I love a pastry that you have to eat within the day or it'll rot. Because that means you're having it fresh and it means they made it fresh.
So when I can't just try it.
No.
This is kind of like.
I already had, so when you have a kid, it's just, you can't get one donut. Cleo's first day of TK was today.
What's that mean?
Basically, it's pre-K, but in California they call it TK. Like I think it stands for transitional kindergarten.
Oh God.
But no, pre-K sounds way cooler.
Pre-kindergarten.
But it's her first day. So this is like you at your own wedding with the microphone.
Married to the game.
Yeah. So we got her a donut. Like, let's get her donuts for her first day.
Yeah.
So we ordered Dunkin' Donuts to the house, but you can't order. It's literally illegal to order one donut.
What do you mean?
Like, can you imagine? Because we wanted to get Cleo a donut.
Right.
But it's like I will never be the type of person to just order. Like, you can't order one donut.
Oh, okay.
And like,
so it's actually
even if
not
I got
illegal,
a coffee,
but in the laws of the Welch household.
Yeah.
I'm
you
with
have to get a few.
I live alone and I order more than one.
Yeah.
Gosh, I thought about ordering Bub and Grandma's donuts this morning.
Bub and Grandma's is so good.
Holy.
Do they have delivery now?
Yes.
I can't believe they don't. They aren't our
Uber Eats.
sponsor yet. Maybe Proof will get in.
Yeah. Hema is one of the chefs over there.
At Proof?
No, at Bob and Grandma's, and I kind of made friends with her when I was sitting at the counter one day.
Oh, that's so good. You have to make friends.
Yeah.
I used to play basketball with a girl that works there.
She basically was like, I like your stand-up, and I was like, I like your food. And then I offered to give her a...
This is a really weird meet cute.
Really?
Like, I like your stand-up. I like
she
your
said
food.
Okay, I mean...
You guys seem so mad. Why I like your food?
Sorry. I didn't give it the flair it deserved.
Yeah.
She wrote it on a pickle and mustard.
Oh my God.
I forgot to say that.
I like your
I like your
stand-up.
stand-up. And then I said, I like your... And then I ate all of the food, which meant I liked it.
You've got something in your hair. It's part of a donut. Let me get that for you.
She did let me try a Boston cream, which I was really grateful for.
They are good.
They were new.
I want
the
to say
time.
they have the vanilla bean as well.
That was the place where some guy actually kind of like chased after me down the street. That he doesn't work there anymore. And
Yeah.
I promise I didn't report him.
Mm-hmm.
To tell me like I was pretty, which is very sweet. This is like,
Wow.
I don't even know. Probably
No wonder you
It
like
was-
Bubs and Grandmas. You go in there and you're just like
that was 2 times years
freaking
apart.
Prom. So he,
Okay, but I'm just saying I've
he
never seen
ran
him
down
since, and I'm just I
Oh.
wonder if he had a habit of. I don't want to discredit my.
You
self.
absolutely are. You're like, I wonder if he chases every girl down the
And that's
street.
why
And
he
that's
was
why he's fired. Yeah. You can't just be like, well, maybe I'm cute. Also, if it was a time where you were single, Beth has this like superpower where the second she's single, it's like the men can feel it. They do, because like people will be messaging me and they say, hey, is Beth single? I can just feel in the air she's single.
And then you reply, "Are you unemployed?
Yes.
If so,
Please
she's
inquire
not
within.
single." Yeah, back in the day, that was a requirement. No job, so your job is me.
Yeah. You better pay attention. Then you're like, hey, I haven't seen you in a week. He's like, I actually am starting stand up. You're like, okay. What'd you do for Adam? Where like, I've been going to so many stand up shows with you and I think I can do it. What would you do?
I mean, I would say okay,
But like, if he could never watch or listen to this, what would you say?
someone did tell me that my ex tried stand up.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's hard. It's so,
What if I was talking about the one that's actually a stand up?
That's so funny. You're like, yeah,
Oh,
he has a
he's
few.
trying.
You're like, oh, he's trying. He got a Netflix special.
Oh, he has a special.
I actually
out.
feel like one of your exes looks like JD Vance.
I remember the
Dude.
Puddle saying like that when I was one of the many times we broke up. One of the Puddle was like, could you just picture him if he just worked at a bank? Would you still be attracted to him if he just worked at a bank?
Yeah. Wow. That's, yeah.
No shade to people who work at banks. The point is sometimes
They'd be
your
so
attraction
much
comes
richer. Yeah. From talent. The thing is like talent crushes are difficult because you're like, are you, especially in the lesbian world, because I'll be like, man, it's like a musician. And I'm like, your talent is so fucking good. And then I
Your
meet them
talent
in
is hot.
person and they're like trying to be funny. And I'm just like, I'm married.
from. No.
I mean, I said I'm married right away. Yeah, wait, I had
Gateau de Savoie. I saw, okay, on my way here, sometimes, I catch myself having road rage. Do you?
Yeah, I can road rage if it's like, if somebody's being extremely unsafe, I guess.
See,
Or stupid.
I admit that I'm the person who, like, when I'm chilling, I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody slow down. And when I'm
Yeah.
in a rush, I'm like, move.
Yeah.
Ho.
Yeah.
On my way here, I said, go, you absolute hoe, to this guy in front of me. We were in the left turn lane to get over here, and he's not inching forward.
I hate that.
He's behind the line, and it's turning yellow. I'm like, inch out obviously it was a dude closing the door right behind him.
I feel like there's one state on the
Instead of
East
holding it
Coast
open
or
for
something
the lady behind.
that doesn't do, what did you say?
Instead of holding it open for the lady behind you.
Hey, and then you had to wait at the light?
Yeah.
I think there is one state though that like you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
But-
Maybe he's from that state. He did have a fresh license plate that was still paper.
Oh.
Welcome to town, bitch.
Welcome to town. We inch up in LA.
I did get pulled over. Speaking of that ex, who's a comic, I got pulled over in New York driving back from a gig. My plane, I was like writing on Crashing in New York City, which is where it was filmed. So I was on set writing still. And I was taking stand-up gigs because Judd Apatow, who created the show with Pete, always allowed the writers to keep doing stand-up because the show is about stand-up.
Yeah.
So I went on the weekend to do a gig, flying back, emergency land in Philly. I have to work the next day. So I rent a freaking car for one way, which of course is like, I'm not going to exaggerate, but it felt like $600 at the time.
And it was like an enterprise
I don't even know how
situation.
much it was, but yeah. And not to mention everybody's running to the counter to try to get a car.
Oh, geez.
I drive back. He was partying at Schumer's drunk. And I go to pick him up and I turn right on red, pulled over. I'm not drunk. I'm exhausted.
Which was it? You could just tell.
The tall one.
Okay.
You're lanky.
Oh. You've had so many tall. Okay. Guess like you've had so many tall boyfriends.
Okay.
And
I'm tall, you know?
Yeah. You are tall.
I made one exception and it backfired, as we know. Not that bad, but the granola lover.
Yeah.
But police pull us over. He's drunk, so like he's getting mouthy with the police. I'm like so mad because now we're fighting. I'm like, don't do this. I basically am offering to blow.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, not the officer.
Yeah, it did sound like you were.
I mean,
I'll do
the
anything.
Alcohol level blower thing,
right?
Because he's thinking I'm drunk. Okay, because my partner's drunk. I go, right. I just picked him up,
right?
And
also, it's like
I was like, I'm exhausted. Like, but the truth that, you know, when they say like sometimes driving tired is just like driving drunk,
right?
I'm like, I am that level of tired.
Yeah.
But also, I just didn't know you couldn't turn right on red in New York City. That's the whole point of this story.
You can never do it.
Not that I don't think so.
Wow.
No. I don't want to get that wrong. Obviously, people are going to call in and tear us a new one for that.
I feel like you, as a female, like it's more likely that you will get the ticket. First of all, I don't believe that they just give tickets now, no matter who you are.
I think there's a quota, right?
Yeah. But there's a better chance if you start crying. It's like he needs to not be drunk and mouthing off because you're definitely going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
It's like just give you a few seconds.
I'm trying
to
remember
tears.
if we got out of it. I don't remember. I don't remember paying it, but maybe I did. I don't know.
I think that like once you're over 27 years old, you're paying for your tickets.
Yeah.
Because there was a time we had like a little gap, just a little area where it'd be like, oh, I feel bad for her. Like she's 23, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't know.
I know. I was thinking about like that because right now I still have trouble with multitasking, but when I stopped at Proof, I first went around once and there was no spots. I was like, I'll just circle one more time. And as I circled, somebody was pulling out right in front. I was like, amazing. So I pulled in. And as I pulled in, I remember my first year or two here or something, I had a meeting sitting out in front of Proof with someone who was like a creative director. Like it was a separate job from stand up. I was just trying to make extra money.
Right.
I was a creative development person.
Might as well.
And I was, you know, I didn't have a ton of money. So like, I guess even paying the meter was, I don't know, hard. Yeah. I mean, I had no money.
And you might've been late.
Yes. And so, anyway, I got a ticket. Like, I think part of it too was like, I didn't want to interrupt her while she's talking in my phone. I didn't hear it going off, and just to sit there and get a ticket right in front of you.
Did you see it? Were you watching?
I was like,
no, you were watching it happen. But did you pretend like it wasn't your car?
I forget that part.
You like walk around the block?
It was devastating.
I feel like we've all been in that situation. It's so bad.
It's just so interesting because now I would be like, I would get up in the middle of that woman's sentence and she would be like, of course. You'd be
like, wait. Yeah, but you're so polite. Oh my God. That's like, that is like the Midwestern, just like watching it happen.
I've changed.
This is so bad. Right before I did Bridgetown Comedy Festival for the very first time.
In Portland,
the day before,
it was a big,
it was
fun
great.
Portland comedy festival.
The day before, I go do, I'm supposed to like, I'm testing out to be like a nanny for this baby in Beverly
testing
Hills.
For this NBC pilot.
Yeah, I was testing in a way different way. It was sad, but so I'm in there, right? And then I leave at the end of the day, or no, I'm about to leave. And the woman goes, do you have a Volvo? I was like, Yeah. She goes, it's being towed right now. It's being towed outside of the house. And somebody called in. So of course I had expired tags.
No.
Somebody in Beverly Hills had called the car in because it was a piece of shit and had expired tags, got it towed, and then it was at the tow yard.
I'm upset.
And I couldn't pay. It was like $400.
Yeah, of course.
Could not pay it. And I was going to Bridgetown the next morning. And so I had to leave it there. And I had like, when I came back, I had to pay like an insane amount of money because it was there for like 3 days while I was doing, these shows, probably bombing. It's so bad. I used to get my car towed so much. I really hated myself.
I lived on LFB, which stands for Los Feliz Boulevard, which I've been, as you know, trying to get that to catch on and never will.
Yeah.
And on Los Feliz Boulevard, it depends on what side you're on, but you basically can't park there from 3 to 6 p.m. Or I think the other side is whichever the way the traffic goes for the commute. So I think on the other side, you can't park from like 9 to 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm on the 3 to 6 side.
No.
And like one of the only days I had off from like maybe the coffee shop job or something, I finally went with Kelsey Abbott to go to Mustard Seed. Like, because I wasn't eating out. I couldn't afford to eat out.
Yeah.
So I walked down there meet her there. And on our way back, like probably 3:05, it clicks. I go,
no.
I left my car on Los Feliz Boulevard. And she was so sweet and kind and like empathetic. She's like, I'll give you a ride down there. I got it out right away, but it, right probably 3:30 I'm down there. And I'm like, please, like begging for this Mercury Sable 02. And like you're saying, it's like 400 something to get it out.
No matter what it's for.
And then when you get it out, there's a ticket waiting for you for like 70.
Exactly. And it really like rips I can't even tell you how many times I've been towed. It's actually, it was like, I think it was my personality for a long time in LA.
Getting towed.
Like I remember hiking Runyon and I was like, it's so beautiful in LA. Like I want to make sure that I do this more. And I was like, what if I go hiking like every other day at Runyon? I get down, cannot find my car anywhere. And I'm looking on each block because it's a 98 Volvo. Like, there's no like find my car, right? So I'm like looking on every single block.
Terrible feeling.
What's going on? I see this van going down the street and he's checking license plates. And I go, have you seen a green Volvo? And he goes, yeah, we towed it. It was towed because I had too many tickets or something because they check the license plate. Had to have Pat Babbitt came and picked me up.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah. But anyway,
Pat
those are
in a pinch.
The tow stories of like, that's the thing about living in a city. It's like you can put 7 cars on your lawn when you live in the country. Nobody gives a shit. But like in a city, it's like one of the hardest things to get used to is like you can't park here. You have to like, oh, this one is like an hour meter. And if you are trying to move out here and be a stand-up or anything at all, because you have to have a car in LA. Yeah. Be so careful and don't worry about being late because I was this close to moving home to Illinois because of all the times my car got towed.
It's disheartening. The only thing that saved me was a check from McDonald's for that voiceover I did with Dave Pasquazi. It came right around that time for $303.
Wow.
And I was like,
you're like, I got another week.
By the not bell, saved by the golden arches.
Yes.
Do you want to see what Magic Spoon wrote me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I feel like we need a music for
scared.
that.
Oh, it's open to. I've also been replying to trolls again.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
It's really hard not to. And like, it's hard to win against them as well.
Okay. So,
Magic Spoon.
First Magic Spoon.
Okay.
Then we decide to reply to a troll.
Okay, great.
I'm so scared. Magic Spoon sent a message 2 days ago.
No, you read it. I'm too scared. Okay, wait. Magic Spoon.
This is what
2 days.
Like
okay.
After our clip went absolutely viral.
I'm scared. What are they gonna wait. What do you think they said in it?
We're sorry that was our old person, Kevin. He's a beehole. Kevin's actually been let go.
Kevin's been let go.
We'd love to send you some cereal.
He was chasing girls down the street.
What if it's not like, hey, so sorry they did that to you. We'd like to send you some. It's like, here's a cease and desist.
Oh, okay. So that's the bad version. And then my version is that they didn't even see what you said. And they're like, thanks for the mention.
Oh, I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
What if it's a dick pic
Oh, that'd be amazing. Then I would
in the shape
buy.
of cereal?
Absolutely. Then I'd buy it.
Partnership messages get priority delivery, it says. Okay. Hey, Beth, I don't know who messed up and denied you cereal, but I am so sorry. That is ridiculous. Since you never got any, can I please send you some cereal and our new treats to try? I'm a big fan of you and Mo, and I'm personally so embarrassed this happened.
Wow.
Magic spoon.
I've always said I love their cereal is the thing. I've actually never said anything bad about them, and they are my close and personal friends.
I'd actually like to thank Magic Spoon for my career. I wouldn't be who I am without you, and I wouldn't have as regular poops or as strong muscles. Is it fiber or protein?
You know what? I think we could actually use the Magic Spoon now that I'm thinking about it with like our sweets that we eat. Maybe
Magic
we need
Spoon,
the poop.
You can make it right if you become the sole sponsor of this podcast. So we stop.
Yeah.
So
So
stop
not pooping and start
having
pooping.
fun. Okay, what are we saying back?
Okay.
What if we send a video that says, thank you, Magic Spoon?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wow.
You
Thank
agreed.
you.
Thank you, Magic Spoon. Okay.
I was thinking yes to the video because it's such a weird thing to do.
Okay.
But
A witty.
a video, yeah.
What's wrong with me? What should we do? The listeners, we should have called in or should have had them tell us
No,
what
we
to
absolutely
do.
need to do a video.
Okay. Right now?
Yeah, and wait.
God,
we can
this
only
is
do
what I
one
look like?
take. We can only do one take. Whatever we send is going to Magic Spoon.
What are we going to say? Okay.
Just do it and we'll improvise.
Okay. Hi, Magic Spoon.
Hi, Magic Spoon. I'm Mo Welch. I've
I'm
always
Beth
been a
Stelling.
huge fan of your cereal. And we're so excited that you sent us a message.
Okay. And I am willing to try it. That's nice of you to offer it, especially the treats. What if the treats are good?
The treats sound delicious. And we were also wondering while we have you if it is good for your digestive system to have Magic Spoon.
We
and
were
because
wondering
of
about
more
that. Is
fiber.
it fiber or protein? And also, you can make things right by sponsoring our podcast.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Magic Sweethearts by Magic Spoon. I can see it in the marquee.
Sometimes you have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes you start as enemies and then become friends or lovers
That's
or
true.
even business partners.
Like the movie The Notebook.
Well, we really took care of business. Also,
We did.
this is what I look like. I forgot to tell myself in the mirror when I saw myself here. That was pretty interesting.
I like this. I like
Well,
this
I did get a
curl
facial
on top.
I got a facial yesterday. You can tell because my face got pretty eaten up. I'm more hormonal as I'm aging. It feels like the ocean of hormones is the rocking me
It's
deeper.
a high tide.
Yeah, high tide.
Okay.
And then I was trying to save money, so I wasn't getting facials regularly. For those who don't know, I have had acne bad in my life, and then it sometimes ebbs and flows. I've been on one time. I was on antibiotics for like years because of my acne. Then I was on spironolactone. I have some jokes about it in my HBO.
What about
special,
when you
Girl
were a
Daddy.
teenager?
It didn't come until my 20s.
Oh.
So point being,
Mm-hmm.
facials monthly
Yeah.
started helping me, and I'm realizing that's not where you should save money. Is the point of the
Right.
story. Some self-care you got to stick to.
Yeah.
So I got to do that again.
There's also I totally agree with that. Like anytime I feel bad about like how much it costs. Yes, thank you for
Sent.
sending that. Not getting cold food about it.
We're gonna need to edit that back.
Oh, the
What is it with? Are we getting old? Or like when I can't think of words, is it that I have always had ADHD, and as an adult I started trying to experiment with ADHD meds that I don't really like? Because I've tried several now.
I don't really know. I find myself like now I'll do it on stage. I don't even address it. I'll say some of the word wrong for a second. Like if I was like, instead of cold feet, I said cold food, I'll be like cold food, and then I'll be like cold feet. And I don't even address it. That's how much I do it.
It's interesting that it is such an air suck or like a balloon pop when you mess up a word on stage.
And then you go like, you want to just be like, words words. I cannot tell. I cannot talk.
It's so annoying because like the taping, or when you're taping something, like it has to come out perfectly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it freaking doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you do so many shots. Like, that's why you have so many cameras in a special taping, is in case you say something wrong, you can, show a version of your mouth not moving and do a little ADR.
And if you didn't already know, and if you didn't want me then, which is my special on Netflix, we did in one take, no edits, and Mo directed it. And there are some moments where I flub a word, but you can't really tell. I switched 2 words.
You know who cares?
Me.
Us. Yeah. It's like, it really does not matter unless it makes no sense. I had something in dad jokes I said a word wrong, or I said something wrong, and it was wrong. And like, I would have been roasted. And I ADR'd it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So
Beth
I was trying to do better at posting clips, because the truth is, it's like, I don't know if anybody's been following the state of comedy, but
yes,
it's odd because it used to be that you would, I don't need to explain comedy to everybody, but essentially you would be working on something to grow into like an hour special that you would then try to sell and it would take an offer on.
A very long time to get that first hour. I mean, most people wouldn't do. Now I'm seeing like people, which obviously no judgment at all. If you want,
to have an hour of your stand up from year 3 out. Wow.
From
it's almost
when you're 3 years in and you have an hour, listen, you will fucking hate that hour, but YOLO. I mean, it's like, but it used to be like 10, 12 years before you like even thought about doing the special.
Yeah.
And now it's completely different. And part of that is probably what you were going to talk about, which is like crowd work and
also just the need to put things out into the world all the time.
Right.
People want to feed the algorithm. So quality or whatever, I'm not, I don't know what to say, because it's like that goes down because people aren't putting out like fully formed a final taped bit. Typically they're putting out something they said that day. And there's a beauty in the impermanency of that, because it is just going to get, like we've talked about this a lot. Like I'm too precious about things sometimes.
Right.
Like Kevin McAllister and his roller blades. He's not taking them out. It's like, well, then you're going to grow out of those. So
is that all that to say too?
No, it's one.
Okay.
He won't wear his rollerblades outside.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Him.
Okay. I have to take your word for that.
So yeah, I guess all I'm saying is it's like you can't get an offer for a special unless you're famous, or what they're looking for, they say, is like a lot. You do huge numbers on social media.
Right.
I mean, and that's frustrating because you're like, okay, so give people a bunch of stuff for free. So I can't get an offer on a special because I'm not giving you anything for free. So now I have to give you a bunch of stuff for free so that I can maybe.
So basically they want you to Beth has a full hour ready to go and are saying like, well, why don't you try to post this for free first, and then the next hour you can sell that.
Yeah. And it's like, I've never been above paying my dues, know? Like,
of course.
I always audition for the clubs that I've gotten into or become a paid regular, But this is like a new hurdle.
Right.
Which is like, oh, no, you need a bunch of followers to keep doing your job. Mm-hmm. I think the good news is, because I've been a road comic for so long, I'm grateful that I've put in that time and work that people still come see me on the road. Those people come
back, yeah.
And so I'm thankful for everybody that comes and sees me on the road and have a good time. But it is a weird place for me to be in right now, where I'm like, so do I just move on from this material? I have like a full hour,
right,
and nowhere to go, nowhere to put it. And people will put it out on YouTube for free. It's like, do you guys know how your job works?
Yeah,
like,
it's really,
that's how you get paid to do your job.
It's really rough because it's not just like, oh, this is another hour. It's like, you've been comic for over 15 years. So it's like 15 years of your experience of being a comedian, 17. putting out this new hour, and people are just like, yeah, why don't you give that away for free? And it's like, okay, well then am I guaranteed the next special? No. You might have to do that one, put that one out for free too.
You're basically just trying to get visual number of fans so that they think that those people will buy a subscription to Amazon or Hulu or Netflix. And yet it's almost like, I'd almost saying it sort of like, well, you're looking a gift horse in the mouth. It's like, you can unfortunately pay me terribly.
Yeah.
and get the special. It's just I'm looking for compensation for my work.
Right.
But you will give $10 million deals to
Right.
Bert Kreischer or Seinfeld or Chappelle.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and of course all the women, I'm sure, paid the same.
So I got this comment on it's a clip. It's funny because this was the half-hour special on Netflix called The Stand-Ups. We were season 1. Me, Dan Soder, Dion Cole, Fortune Feimster, Nate Bargatze, Nikki Glazer. Is that everybody? I feel bad if I'm missing anybody. I hope I got everybody.
Yeah. Everyone who's doing extremely well.
So somebody said, now I feel Spartan Martian is his name and _N. This is a clip about me flying from 2017.
Okay.
And what I do with TSA. And I call it TSA performance art. And he said, now I feel like I heard this in Kill Tony. Did they spin it from her? Because they did it better. Laughing, crying face. And then, no offense, she is funny. And I said, I feel like I've seen this comment before from a boy, but he did it better. Laughing, crying face. No offense. You do comment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there's a difference between what you're doing and what I'm doing, right?
Yeah. He's like, no. I've actually commented on female clips for 17 years. I have the experience.
He said, I was wrong. It was Rogan on his new stand-up on Netflix. You should check it out.
To also have no real evidence of like, I think I heard this on a thing. Oh no, it was this thing I just watched one day ago. It's like, what's happening here?
I agree. I'm just sort of like, what?
I'm so sick of all these. I've been having I'll have like a clip that goes up and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why does this have so many views? And then the comments are like so atrocious. And on my feed, it is the same man.
Stop.
Like, it's the same man in a different state. But it's the same guy. It's a guy that's like in his 60s, weird ass photo or like photo of a car or a minion. And he is saying the same thing. And he's just like, oh, I feel bad for that kid or like whatever it is. Horrible opinion, but it's the same dude. I'm like, and then you click on this person's profile, it's fully like, it's the thing where it's like 3 daughters, or it's like, I'm like, do they know? Like, does your family know what you do when you go home and you're like on your computer, your phone, and you're just commenting on a mother nonetheless?
A mother. I know. It goes without saying, people do stuff online that they would never do in real life to people's faces.
It's true. Even that guy kind of took it back. Even that guy's like, I mean, I'm about to reply. What's funny is this is a comment Netflix. That is nice. This is nice compared to what we get, because he's saying, at least she's funny or something. He's like, I mean, he's not chasing you out of Bubs. I mean, I'm probably repeating myself on this podcast, but, I'm not saying the before times were better, because it is kind of nice that a lot of people can see our stuff from places that they wouldn't have been able to access our incredible jokes before. But it used to be a thing where you go on late night, you do late night, your life has changed. And you go, that was the most incredible night of my life. Even when I did Conan for the first time, I thought it went great. I remember thinking to myself, I did it. I killed it. I said every word the way I wanted to. I did my WNBA song, which I was so nervous about.
Yeah, you don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, because if you mess it up, that's it. And it's like, and I'm not a singer. So I'm
working late because I'm a singer,
because I'm a comic. And
then you go home.
I remember being like, everyone's like, well, don't ever look at the comments or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Then the clip shows up on my Facebook and I go, well, I fucking killed it. Like, no. What a mistake. And I go,
it's a nightmare from hell.
And I remember I was depressed for like a week, because I thought to myself,
it's such a shame.
Did I remember that wrong?
I know.
Did I remember what happened wrong? And then the second time on Conan, I genuinely did not have as good of a set. So then I knew. I was like, absolutely do not look at the comments.
I know. It's tough stuff.
Yeah.
It really is. It's heartbreaking. And then, of course, same thing goes for anything in life. What came to mind was like when guys will be like, we don't care if you wear makeup. It's like, then why are you jerking off to a blow up doll that looks like it has a fake face of a lion?
Has makeup on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm just like,
you put the makeup on.
We don't really care. We like it when you're natural. It's like, is that why you're jerking off to a woman that has 2 gallons of silicone in her chest?
Did you see that? Were you watching the Love is Blind when that guy
jerk off to
this? Yeah. Hey, you want to jerk off to this. It's just our faces like.
Okay, on 3. If you want to jerk off to this.
Okay, this is my natural face.
We love girls. Dudes will be like, we love it when women are natural. You guys are always dressing up for who? And you guys are always putting on so much makeup for who? I don't know. Then if that's how you really feel, then jerk off to this. Mo held it longer. I think I pulled a muscle.
There was a guy on Love is Blind that wore like USA stuff all the time. And he kept being like, I don't like that she looks so fake. And I'm like, you do not deserve to be in the same building as this woman, you fucking fool. And then this guy, I think I looked it up. It's like, I think he's engaged or something now, or he has a girlfriend. I'm just like, who the fuck sees like a guy talk to a woman like that and goes, that's my man.
I know.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm next in line.
That's the thing. It's not men versus women. Okay. It's like in the terms of this, because there are going to be tons of women making terrible choices that I wouldn't agree with. You know?
Oh, I mean, yes. In reality TV, it is us against anyone on reality TV. It is not men versus women.
Adam and I started trying to watch Love Island because one of at Joanna's birthday party, someone recommended it to us. We're like, okay. And it's a study in 20-year-olds of today. Yeah. And I know, again, these are they're not representing the whole. There's tons of brilliant, smart people out there.
But it's
and I'm
so
not calling
popular.
them all stupid. But it is really, I'm not saying watching me flirt or out on a date is going to be, either. Right. But wow, it's tough to watch.
What do you find
especially like when she's like somebody like hits somebody and you're like, oh no.
Is it, do they have too much confidence or not enough or false confidence?
I think ultimately, and I don't blame them, it is a lot of insecurity. Yeah. And I think everybody's part. And it's a whiplash of insecurity. Yeah. It's, oh, I got chosen, or, oh God, nobody chose me. And then, oh, this new hot girl's here and she chose me or didn't choose me. I mean, the whiplash of it, I'm sure for them is traumatic. Yeah. The worst part on this season was this little woman who paints her face on. And I mean, again, joking about what we just said, where people are like, you look better natural. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do feel like that, where I'm like, that's the tough part about makeup. I've tried to write a joke about this and it never worked. People like, but I wear makeup for me. It's like, so guys jerk off to me. You know what I mean? Like, because I do think this person would look better without makeup, but she's just painting on a face.
Well, the thing is when you're in your 20s.
Oh. I mean, not like sometimes what will happen, like when a white girl's makeup comes off on a black guy's face and it's very visible and you're like, okay, that makes sense. The different skin tones. This was like their skin tones were a little more evenly matched naturally. Yeah. And she had so much makeup on. His face was covered because she had so much on. And I guess my thought was like, I want you to be like, you're so cute. Yeah. You don't waste so much of your life putting that on. Well, then every time they kiss,
I don't think I don't think people realize, I mean, because we live through our 20s, like, in your 20s, people say, wear a bikini, wear like, you don't have to wear makeup. And genuinely, you really don't need to wear as much makeup as you do in your 20s for whatever reason. And I mean, because of youth. But, I mean, I look back and I'm like, for me, it was mostly, I did not know how to put foundation on. So it was just eyeliner.
But they have all these tutorials now. Yeah. Because she's doing it expertly.
Oh, for sure.
There's something's going on.
But it's a few layers and you're like, okay, well, I mean, if that's when, I'm like, maybe that's her like me time when she puts on the makeup and that's when her
meditative
zen time.
State perhaps. Yeah. I know. It feels like I don't want to be hating.
Well,
she'd be like, well, honey, you need some makeup, because I have.
You're like, but I'm saying something different here. Okay, I'm saying that you don't need it. I'm actually giving you a compliment.
I know, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I think because I'm older and happy with myself and accepting of myself. I'm not saying, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
There
And
are totally
I'm
times where
older and I'm not accepting of myself. So we have two different people here. Yeah.
But it's like, of course I have times, particularly on my cycle, which we've discussed, where I am upset and nothing feels right. And I'm not confident. And it is uncomfortable. But I also have somebody I know that's like attracted to me and I'm attracted to them, and that helps too. Right. So I'm willing to add that as a factor in. Like, I'm not immune to the male gaze making me
your ass is
feel
getting
confident.
chased out of bubs. I mean, come on, Beth.
He's like,
you're doing
you
fine.
All those donuts for yourself?
He's like, just asking for a survey.
He's
Bye.
running after me and I'm like,
he's like, wait, you took this child's donuts, ma'am.
He's chasing me because I didn't pay. Anyway, yeah, I think, again, she could look at me and be like, you need makeup, bitch.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Even last night at Largo, I was opening for Kumail Nanjiani and I didn't put makeup on because I can go play hockey. I just got the facial. I'm not going to like put makeup over open pores. Or whatever.
Might be wrong.
Yeah. And
did anyone say anything?
I walked in on stage because I was in my full gear or whatever. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm going to play a hockey game, and they all laughed. I'm like, I don't know if they knew I was serious or not. Sometimes it's funny to know, like, what are you guys laughing at?
Yeah. They're like, you know, sometimes it's just because you paused.
Yeah. But I did say I got a facial today, as you can see here, and they laughed. So it's like, I don't know, part of me does feel like this pull to just show up as I am for people.
You have felt this pull. Because before your special, you were trying to go on with no hair and makeup. And you were
sometimes.
You said you were like, I'm just going to wear sweatpants and a fur coat or whatever. And I was like, are you sure? I was like totally being the man with the USA on. No, I was being the opposite, I guess.
You were like,
I was being such
a...
I was like,
cover up.
I was just like, I was so afraid that you would regret it.
Ugly.
No. I think you could. I totally think you could pull it off. I was afraid that because there's so much stress going on.
Yeah, that was a wild time of life.
That I was like, is she gonna like? Am I gonna allow her to do this? And she's gonna hate that I allowed her to do this.
I think we can always go back and make changes, like you would to dad jokes about a few things. I mean, I don't see them, by the way, for real. Like I look at it and I'm like, I was there. I was dying laughing. You looked gorgeous.
Dad jokes, I really have a hard time watching myself, and it was the only one where I was like, I actually don't mind the way that I look. Ever since then, I've had issues with myself, but that is like it's so rare to just be like, yeah, that looks fine.
Right. But we'll be here always being honest about it, because it's going to change for me as time goes on and my face falls and melts. Like, let's get real. You start not recognizing yourself. You look at a photo of yourself when you're young, and there is that value for people in our culture for youth and tight skin and relevancy and all of it.
Luckily, my style was so bad in my 20s that like
was so bad
when
too.
I look back at the 20s, I'm not like, oh, I was so beautiful. I was just
sometimes
like,
I'm like, I haven't figured it out now. Like, I like how I look or whatever. My facialist told me, how are we on time, everybody?
Oh, sorry. We are. Is everybody okay listening? We have a few minutes left.
If you fell asleep, keep sleeping.
Are we doing another episode after this is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, then we can totally wrap this up. I think the listeners have maybe heard enough about our faces and stand up. Yeah, it's 55 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just say this last thing. My facialist was sitting in on a plastic surgery's consult. She was just sort of like, she likes studying everything and how the face works and muscles and everything, because she's very good at her job.
Yeah.
And there was an older lady that came in.
Ew.
Because
Go ahead. Sorry.
Because this doctor, and I don't know his name or anything, but he specializes in sort of like the botched world. People who've had too many or made mistakes. Well, I guess this woman had a couple botched jobs, maybe many. And someone had cut the muscle here, right here on her lip. So she almost had this permanent frown.
Oh.
Yeah. And I guess she kind of looked like a lion because of all the filler. She had filled the lip full to compensate for it not being able to really smile anymore.
Okay.
So now she's got like a frown and looks like a frowny lion.
Okay.
Again, this sounds funny, but it's pretty tragic.
It is sad lion.
like it's sad looking.
Yeah.
Because you're like, no, it's because it's just, to me, sometimes it felt like how I would look at Joan Rivers, which was like, you're behind a mask.
Yeah.
Like that is a full mask
Yeah.
that you're behind.
But the good news is follow the yellow brick road.
What's that
This
mean?
lion.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Apparently, this was a couple days before she was going to do a facelift or whatever, which apparently are like $90,000.
Oh my God.
Did you know that?
Guess I'm never getting one.
Yeah. Well, we could start saving now.
No,
and
we're gonna get the hats.
go fund our facelifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get hats and glasses.
Yeah, we're
Oh
fine.
gosh, here comes the
Yeah.
weed whacker. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna
That's
focus
your
up.
light.
If you're sleeping, keep sleeping. Okay, focus up.
Focus up.
She asks him, this is 2 days before, she has these 2 questions. She's like, can you cut the sides of my mouth and lift them up so I have a permanent smile? That was question number 1.
Okay.
And he was like, you mean like the
Like this?
Joker? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the second question was, I guess she had brain surgery, probably elective. No, I'm just kidding. That would mean.
Can
And
you
I
make
guess-
my brain smile?
And I
Okay.
guess they didn't put her ear back right. It's like
Jesus.
down here
Yeah.
and the other one's up here.
Okay.
So she said, can you lift my ear and staple it to my head?
Wow.
And he said, I actually just need a moment. I'm going to step out of the room and I'll be right back. And he came out and he talked to my facialist and was like, this is kind of troubling and I don't know if I should do it.
Yeah.
He's like, this is because he's not going to do those things for sure.
Right.
But should he even do the facelift? Because this person is never going to be happy.
Yeah.
And so he came back in and my friend decided not to go back in because she didn't want to be invasive and rude.
Right.
You know, so she stayed outside. But he told her he wasn't going to be able to do it and gave her full money back and everything. And of course she was like deeply upset. But it's like, you know, this is why we watch Botched, that show. I mean, I really watch that a lot.
I'm
Because it's
happy
fascinating.
that plastic surgeon though had like knows when somebody has, I'm just gonna say like a problem, as in won't ever be happy.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, they know that this person's gonna come back disappointed every time because they're not what they want to look like in their mind.
My goodness.
Can I tell you something? It's also has something to do with
Yes.
a dermatologist, because you know I have a hard time aging because I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And I was told this story by my mother-in-law, and that was pretty funny. That she had a dermatologist tell her, if you this is so wrong.
My face started hurting.
This is so funny. If you were like basically a 7.5 and up growing up, basically if you are beautiful,
And we're ranking on a scale
growing up.
of women.
yes, on women, that you have a harder time accepting aging, where like your uggo friends might, or like average friends might. Sorry, this is so wrong.
Mo's calling me average.
No. I'm not saying that I pertain to this at all. I'm pretending like I do to help myself accept aging. That if you're 7.5 and above, it's a lot harder for you because when you find when the little changes start happening, you start to panic. Whereas like people who
Us
don't,
7.5s are in the deep end. Like I've been treading.
and then, the people who are under 7.5 are like, I'm completely fine with the way I look and I am accepting it. And so now in order to help myself age, I'm telling myself I'm a 7.5 just to help myself age and go. But mostly it's for me to say, and we have to cut all of this out because it's so bad.
Really?
But, well, I'm just like, I don't want everyone to think that I think that I'm hot. All I'm saying is that it's helping me.
We don't have to cut it because we don't think you're not someone who's full of themselves. There is also a reality that you are a hot babe.
Beth said that.
It's
Okay.
true, Mo. Like you're
But
a
you
hot
know,
blonde babe.
When things start to happen, when little things start to happen, I think that I'm freaking out because I go, that thing is
Like,
not there. I should
wow,
fix it.
you
How do
look
I
so
fix
good.
it?
When was this taken?
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
last year, bitch.
That was so rough. So if I have like a little wrinkle here, I go, oh man, I should get ahead of that and I should fix it. Whereas like what I need to say is like, yeah, you stupid bitch, things are changing. Like you're getting older.
Cut out the stupid bitch.
You fucking piece of shit.
Like Sarah would say, don't talk about my
Yeah,
friend
you're
like
right.
that.
You're right. So that's my story that
Don't talk about my
was
friend
really
like that.
hard for me to tell you.
Can we just all applaud Mo on being vulnerable there?
Thank you.
She was vulnerable. She admitted that sometimes attractive people do have issues.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But Mo, no one thinks that you think you're like the hottest thing alive. But I'm just saying.
No, of course I don't.
You are a hot babe.
You're a hot babe. That's why we got this podcast deal.
We do it for free. Unless.
Magic spoon. Magic spoon.
Magic Spoon, you're going to sponsor us.
Gonna love it.
You're going to pay us off to stop talking trash.
Yeah, it's going to help our teeth. Probably.
Well, sweeties, we've reached the end of episode 11.
Yes.
We can't thank you enough for being here. Please, if you like us, go ahead and give us a little subscribe on all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit subscribe. Please, sorry that the video sometimes comes out later. We know you like the videos, and
it's really hard to upload, guys.
there's a lot of uploading going on, and we do it ourselves.
We're trying to act like
you didn't figure that out.
Yeah,
we do it ourselves.
We upload ourselves.
Leah
does it, but yeah. We have to do an upload.
We couldn't do this
so
without
hard.
Leah.
Yeah.
So thank you, Leah.
Yes,
for real. You rule.
You rule, and keep that in.
Please keep that in, Leah.
Okay. Well, we will see you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.